Hey, property owners and potential buyers. This is Andrew with eXp Commercial, and I just wanted to chat a little bit today about the real estate commission debate. And while I focus heavily on commercial, I also do a lot of residential transactions, and that's kind of where this debate is happening. So here's my thoughts on it. For a long time now, I've thought that real estate commissions may be too high. The reason is that home prices have increased, but the percentage of the commissions has stayed the same. Now, when you get up to the really high levels, the commission comes down a bit. But for most transactions, let's say under $5 million, commissions are pretty much the same. So, if we're talking about a $500,000 transaction at a 6% commission, that's $30,000. A $2 million transaction at 6%, that's $120,000. And so there's a huge difference there in the commissions that are paid out. But to be honest, the work is substantially the same. Now, there might be a little bit more nuance with the higher price transaction. Maybe there's multiple units. Maybe it's a luxury property where there's a smaller pool of buyers and a little bit more effort there. But substantially, we have California statutory disclosures that we have to provide. There's negotiation through closing. So there's work that's involved there. And that should be respected. However, I've noticed for a lot of real estate agents, once they go in and get a property under contract, they hand it off to what's called the transaction coordinator, which they pay $400 or $500 out of the transaction to handle all the disclosures, handle all the paperwork, and basically manage the closing process. So at that point in time, yes, they're overseeing the transaction, but for the most part, they're sort of hands off. And so you have to step back and take a look at the amount of money that's paid to real estate agents for the work that they do, and wonder if it's too high. And honestly, I do. And one of the reasons why is last week I was in Silver Lake, California, doing a property inspection for one of my buyers who's acquiring a small multifamily property. And I have a background in real estate construction and management. I have some of my own properties, so I understand that you can have issues with the roof, with wood rot, with plumbing, whatever it is. So I brought my ladder, I brought my flashlights, I brought my electrical tools, just so I could go and help the buyer do a thorough inspection of the property. And actually, it ended up that it was needed because right after the home inspector left the first two units, it started raining. So I pop up into the attic with my ladder, and I see, hey, we got a couple of roof leaks coming from 2 roof penetrations. That's significant. I don't know of another real estate agent either that would do that. And it's pretty surprising to me because as commissions have increased, I feel like the need to deliver value to home buyers or home sellers has also increased. And so this is one of the ways that I help add that extra value. But that aside, over the years, I've actually contributed some of my commission to buyers to help with their closing costs because those have increased, especially with higher interest rates. And for home sellers, I've discounted the commission, usually down from 6% total to 4% total, which is shared between myself and a buyer's agent. And, there's a lot of administrative costs that realtors go through, but the overall disclosure and transaction process has been improved dramatically by clarity from California on what disclosures are required, and technology and software. You can go ahead and in the Realtor software initiate a transaction, and it'll go ahead and calendar out everything that's needed along with all the disclosures that are needed. And so this process has gotten much easier. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention and see what opinions you guys might have out there. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat below. Feel free to go ahead and email or call me. My information is available either here or multiple places online. I'll make sure that you have that. But if you want value add for your real estate sale or purchase, I'm your guy. I will go ahead and work as if it's my own property, my own money, on the line to ensure that after closing, whether it's a week, a month, a year, you are still satisfied. You are not going to come back and say, hey, Andrew, we had a huge roof leak and it was totally noticeable, but because it was, spring and summertime, there was no rain. But once the first rains came, boom, we have a big problem. I don't want that to happen because I want to keep my customers happy. I want repeat business, like everybody does, and referrals. So if you have a property that you want to talk about, feel free to reach out. I'm here anytime, and I'm going to get back at it. But I'll talk to you a little bit later about some more topics on my mind. Have a good one.